What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's Yasuni Thrift. Now, if you follow me over on Instagram, you know I've been doing vintage pro-black t-shirts throughout the month of February to celebrate Black History Month. But if you don't follow me, you wouldn't know this. So I decided to do this here on YouTube as well, just going over all of my vintage pro-black t-shirts. Now, some are Africa based, but you know, we are originally from Africa. That's where our ancestors are from. So African history, African American history, it's more just pro-blackness in itself, or pan-Africanism, if you will. So yeah, sit back and enjoy. Oh, also, if you're wondering what that flag is in the thumbnail, that is the Black Heritage flag, and that just represents African Americans. So I thought that would be a really important imagery for the thumbnail of this video. So let's get into it. First up, we got this almost vintage t-shirt. Almost. Why? Because it's dated 2007, and if you didn't know, vintage is 20 years or older. So this will technically be vintage in 2 years, 2027. It's on this Gildan Activewear Ultra Blend tag. It says Africa Liberation Day, Africa Today, Tomorrow, and Beyond. The only solution is African-centered revolution. And to me, that just means Africa is the motherland. Africa is the birthplace of humanity. Africa is the richest continent in the world in minerals and oils and all these things. Yet it's one of the most underdeveloped continents in the world. One of the most war-torn countries in the continents in the world. Excuse me. So the future of, I think, African Americans or any black people or any just at all, I feel like goes right back to Africa, which its name is Akibulan. So back to Akibulan type shit. So this is a nice one that I like, because it does have Akibulan centered here, and it talks about something very important. And I don't want to get too crazy, but you know, Gaddafi, that's why because he was trying to build a centralized bank in the continent of Akibulan in Africa. But they had to get him up out of here because they wasn't having it. So once we can establish some type of real camaraderie based in Africa, I feel like that would be the future of black people everywhere. Next up, we have a vintage t-shirt. Now this is from a singer. I can't remember her name right now, but she has a song that's called African Roots, American Fruits. I seen this, I looked it up, and I thought the song was really nice. I thought it was kind of telling of African Americans.
We came from a distant land.
And then the imagery. I really love the imagery. The big spell out kind of looks like a rap tee. And then this cool little, African mask and the statue. And then these patterns here, they kind of resemble the kente fabric, which is very prominent amongst African Americans or just Africans in general. So really love this t-shirt, single stitch all around. It is 90s. Unfortunately, it's cut tag, but I seen this. I definitely had to pick this up for the personal collection. This one kind of just speaks for itself. Eracism, which is erasing racism. And that is what it's about. Just erasing racism, fascism, Nazism, Zionism, all the things. Just get it out of here. Yeah, this is dated 1993. Super cool. The tag is faded, and then the back just has the definition of eracism: the removal from existence of the belief that one race is superior than the other. And once we take that out of the equation, we can live a better life. And that's what it's about: allyship and trying to see a better future for everyone, every marginalized group. So love this t-shirt. And then also has a cool little sleeve here, right here, that says "Stop the Hate." Love to see it. This is another t-shirt that's almost vintage. It says Minority Council. Now it's dated, it has this date right here. I don't know if this is the actual date of the t-shirt, but it's 2008 and 9 on this Gildan Ultra Blend tag. But the reason I love this so much is the meaning behind it. Personally, I feel like I got from it. But it says Minority Council on the front. And then the back, it has "Our voices count, holding up the world." And to me, I think that's just powerful, given where African Americans came from in regards to the civil rights movement and fighting for our rights to vote and fighting for a better America, and fighting for a better world. So our voices count. And then, you know, the front, minority council. So this is a shout out to, I guess, all the minorities, you know. It's a shame we couldn't get the orange dude up out of here, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, definitely always vote, register to vote. I know it may not seem like it does anything, but people's lives are actively being affected by people's choices and votes. So yeah, this is important for real. Next up, we got an absolute classic. Damn right, I have an attitude. My people worked 400 years without a paycheck. Reparations are due. Now that is just kind of a nod to the 40 acres and a mule, which was promised to newly freed enslaved people. They were promised a mule to till the land, to work the land, to grow the crops so they could provide for themselves, sell the crops, build some type of wealth, build generational stability. But that was taken away, and that was never granted. A lot of people, if any, got their 40 acres and a mule. So that just goes back to just everything that happened for 400 years, man. That's a lot of free labor. So reparations are due. I always feel like it's valid. This one is just a hometown heater for me personally. This is on this Fruit of the Loom heavy cotton tag. Now, I don't know how old this one is. I'm going to say early 2000s at the least. But this is the Southern Heritage Classic. We got Tennessee State versus Jackson State, which are both HBCUs, which just stands for historically black colleges and universities. But this is important to me because I grew up literally right across the street from Tennessee State in Nashville, Tennessee. So I love this t-shirt. I've had many friends, family who have gone there and graduated from there. My mom went there. So this is just a real cool t-shirt to have in the personal collection. And then it has this real cool back hit. It's all about the game. Yeah, Southern Heritage Classic, and it happens in Memphis. So I seen this and I was like, yeah, this is going to the personal for sure. Next up, we got the Million Woman March. This one is dated 1997. On this historic day, 1 million African American queens came together, for atonement and prayer. Really important. And then it's on this young groups. I can't make out the tag, super faded, but it's vintage. And then we got the little black back hit, celebrating sisterhood, raising hands and hearts for the future, just coming together as sisters, and just that power and unity. Once we come together, and anything can happen, anything can be done when we put our minds together. So I really love this tee. I need to get the 1 Million Men March added to the personal collection, but I started with this one. Yeah, stop racial profiling. DWB, driving while black, on this Gildan Active Blend tag. Man, I really love this tee because it's just so important, and it's very now. It's now, like, it still happens. People get pulled over for simply being black. We could talk about George Floyd, the 2020 George Floyd protest, and it still happens today. So many lives have been lost to just nonsensical over policing and over aggression of police officers who don't know how to do their jobs, who don't know how to be human. So I think it's important to talk about it, you know. So this is another one that's in the personal collection. Only crime committed was driving while black. Next up, we got the vintage 2000 Juneteenth t-shirt. Man, I absolutely love this t-shirt. Emancipation Day, it's an absolute banger. And then it's on this Jersey's tag, heavyweight blend. But yeah, I love this t-shirt, love the colors, love the imagery. And then the back hit has the story. The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with the proclamation from the executive of the United States that all enslaved people are free. Man, so the Emancipation Proclamation came out in 1883. People in Texas didn't get the news until 2 years later, in 1865. I'm sorry, I got the numbers mixed up. The Emancipation Proclamation came out in 1863. They didn't get the news till 2 years later, one of the two. And yeah, once they got the news, they was like, we free. So I love that, man. It's been celebrated since then. and it's going to keep being celebrated, and was recently become a federal holiday. And it's important because, you know, as Americans, we celebrate the 4th of July, which is America's Independence Day. And for African Americans, our Independence Day really came June 19th, 1865. One of my absolute favorites right here, the Black Panther Party, Power to the People, Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton. They are the founders of the Black Panther Party. They founded it in 1969 in California, and they was doing it to protect their communities from the over-policing of black people. It was happening then, still happens today. Just the aggression, the over-policing, the racial profiling, just everything building up. And they was like, you know what? We're gonna arm ourselves and we're gonna protect our communities. And I really love that. It's on this Gildan Active Wear Ultra Cotton, and it was really a time of black militants. And you know, the American government thought that the Black Panther Party was the biggest threat to the country, which is just absolutely insane if you really take a step back and look at it, because they were put in place because of the very system that's saying we're the threat when y'all are the threat. Like the police beating and killing people for being black, for living, for trying to get the same equalities and equal rights to live as their white counterparts. So it's just insane to think that. And for me personally, I feel like the biggest threat to this country then and now, and probably always will be, until we really can just stomp out all that racism, Nazism, fascism, all that. Like, that is the biggest threat to this country. So they stood for everything against that. They was pro socialism, pro community, pro class solidarity. Like there was white people marching with them too, behind the scenes and whatnot. Man, it was a lot of allies in that too. So don't ever get it twisted, man. Solidarity, class solidarity is class, not skin tone. So once we can realize that, I think a lot can change, because billionaires run this country. That's crazy. It's been like that though, but you know, it is what it is. Love this t-shirt, always gonna be in the personal collection. And then we have some honorable mentions. Miss Lauryn Hill, absolute legend. She was the first African American woman to win a Grammy for Best Rap Album. Miss Educational Lauryn Hill, I grew up on that album. Love it. One day I gotta get an actual vintage one, but this is a modern rap tee style on this modern Gildan. This is just a little honorable mention, thought I'd throw in there. Really love this tee. Another honorable mention, we got Malcolm X, known for many things, but most thing he's probably known for is By Any Means Necessary. And that just ties back into what the Panthers stood for, you know, just being militant by any means. Like, y'all not gonna just jack us up, like, you know, you can do this. So that's what that meant to me personally. I love this one. Got a nice little tie-dye effect. Is new, obviously, but it is officially licensed by Malcolm X. So really love this one. Super dope. And the last honorable mention is going to be Bob Marley. Now, obviously, Bob Marley isn't an African American. He is Jamaican. So, yeah, I just love this one as well. Thought I'd throw it in there. Dated 1999. Cool little tie-dye on this Zion Roots Wear tag. But yeah, Bob Marley was known for music, pushing reggae, peace, love, and all that good energy. And a lot of people, they feel like it was just weed. Like it wasn't just about the weed, man. Y'all love to just focus in on that. Bob Marley was more than just smoking weed. But yeah, love his music. Always will love his music. I might have to do a full Bob Marley collection video one day, but that's it for right now. But yeah, I appreciate you watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I know a lot of this I was just rambling, just talking about things and just speaking my mind a little bit. But yeah, I really wanted to make this video just talking about, you know, my vintage pro black t-shirt. So let me know in the comments below what you think. With that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.